gonna share this. We're sharing it. Like, menopause is some shit, man. Even my doctor was like, well, that's some shit. I'm like, I know. Right? And I told her, I go, do you know, and this is a true story, I can smell my period a week and a half before it shows up. I'm a bear now, apparently. I was like, what is that? And then my boobs hurt and I want to stab my roommate. Like, it's a progression. And I can tell when it's coming because suddenly everything he does makes me want to murder him in his sleep. Like, he's right there. I love him. He knows. He's like, no, she's not. Like, oh, give it up for Corey, seriously. He's the best person I know. Why anybody tolerates me, I never know. I never know. I will tell you, Nikki was right. I have been doing a ton of online shows, and it's really been amazing. I have met some very cool people. And I for those of you who know who Dat Fan is, I don't know how many of you do. Yeah. Oh my God, his shows are my favorite because he reminds me of me. He's super stubborn, and he's like, go fuck off. Like, if he doesn't like you, he won't tolerate anything. And I'm like, oh, you're my hero, my little Vietnamese hero. And it's so much fun to be on his shows because he doesn't tolerate any shit. And I'm hoping to bring him here. He wants to come here and perform, and I'm like, oh, I will get you happy ending massages. What do you want? You and your wife. I'll jerk you both off. I have no problem with that. I will say I did a comedy show, and apparently one of the producers or the runners of said show, the 75-year-old mother was on the show. Not as a comic, as a lookers on. I very much offended the 75-year-old woman. I talked about butt sex. I talked about because I don't understand why all millennials eat ass. None of that makes sense to me. No one can tell me why it happens. I can think of a million different things I'd rather have licked than down there. Do you know what comes out of there? I've had pinworms 4 times. You know, you live here. You have kids at Kona Pacific, you fucking have had pinworms. It just comes with the territory, you know. You get your meds and fucking pinworms again. God, they're miserable. And for a little, I got a hemorrhoid. Why would you put your mouth there? I have a hemorrhoid the size of a large clitoris on my butthole. And for a while, I couldn't tell if it was the hemorrhoid or the pinworms that were causing me problems, so I was treating for both. Why would you put your mouth on? Oh! No. And you know what? Here's the real fucking truth, all of you that are like, well, I eat ass, it ain't nothing. Someday, you all are going to break up. And you are never going to forget what that looked like. Sit with that. Sit with that forever. I know, up close and personal, what my ex-husband's butthole looks like. I don't even want to look at his face, much less think about his starfish. That was a tangent. I was not going to talk about that. I think it just angers me so much. So much happens down there. Why would you? No. So yeah, I got to go ahead and say I don't think the 75-year-old mother is my demographic. I'm going to call that. I'm going to call it. And he's always like, you need to have this evergreen material. It needs to be clean. You need to have clean material because a clean comic will always have work, which is why I'm laid off. No, it's I will tell you, I really very much, it's very difficult to write funny, clean comedy. Yeah. It's really fucking hard. And yes. I have a theory, bear with me, that the comics who can write clean comedy had good childhoods.
Right. Yeah.
Whoa, right? Good childhood, butthole. None of you who are eating ass had a good childhood. There's no fucking way I'm buying it. Not buying it. None of you were loved by your parents. And I know what it it's like. None of you are loved. I was my parents' least favorite child, and I am an only child. They called the dog Sparky my sister. I knew the hierarchy in the house. But I do. My theory of clean comedy is that it's not difficult to be like, what do you think about airline food? When you're not avoiding Uncle Jim's dick at your cousin's sleepover. Like, that allows you time. Right? Oh, what about car reservations? That's funny, isn't it? I don't know, I've got a dick in my face. Like, I'm a child. No, thank you. No, thank you. It's terrible. Oh, fuck, what else? Oh, I'm very excited. And I'm sharing this with you because I'm so excited. I am now 3 weeks cancer-free. Thank you. The irony that I was going to open with that and went right to eating ass tells you everything you need to know about me. No, it's true. I've got a really badass, like, scar for it, right? Oh, I'm just like cancer-free. Now, the only thing that sucks about no longer having cancer is I can't use it as an excuse to get out of doing things at the house. Well, like dishes, and I'm like, kids, can you just do the dishes? And they're like, can't you? And I'm like, oh, but I have cancer. My children don't have good childhoods either. Mommy's manipulative. And now, it just, like, they're like, I'm like, girls, please do the dishes. And they're like, can you do them? And I'm like, Mommy had cancer. Like, it just doesn't land the same. They're just, get up, bitch. Do your dishes, shut your mouth. I did spend a lot of time with my girls, though, making sure that they knew I wasn't going to die of cancer, right? It's very scary as a child. Your mom has cancer, and, like, we're so tight, and they're so wonderful. And so I was like, no, honey, like, I promise you, cancer is not what's going to kill me. It will be, I don't know, like I'll decide to eat ass one day and get salmonella and die. I will 100% die of stupidity before I ever die of cancer. And if you listen to every song ever, only the good die young. So I'm safe, right? I've already scarred the 75-year-old woman. Jesus doesn't want me yet. The devil, however, is like, well, I'm taking the wheel. Oh well. Everybody dies. Thank you. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my God, I have to tell you this story. Oh, Jesus H on the cross. So, hail Satan. I did a show, and it was phenomenal. It was, I had like this awesome set, and afterward everyone was, oh my God, Justine, that was so great, and I was all like my big dick, right? Like it was there. I had a huge heart on. I was like, yeah, I fucking nailed that. And then I was in the thrift store the other day, and this gal came up to me, and she was like, oh, I saw the show. And it was fucking amazing. And I was like, thank you, right? And I'm like, this was great, and great, and great. And we had one comic who shit the bed, and it happens. I've done it literally and figuratively. I did, I thought it was a fart, and I lifted and I shit the wall. Like, it wasn't cool. So I guess we would say that one comic shit the wall. And that's fine. It fucking happens to everybody. Like, he couldn't put a sentence together, and it was very rambly, and I was like, what's happening? Someone give him the light. This is a nightmare. And so she says to me, she's like, yeah, it was such a great show. She goes, but I gotta tell you. She goes, that guy who was just rambling, he was my favorite. You're good, but that's exactly what you want to hear as a comic. You're funny, but this person was significantly better with his 5-minute shit show as opposed to your 30-minute headlining act. And no, it's fine, but that's the thing. That just goes to prove that you can literally shit the stage and come out smelling like roses if you're a man. I'm gonna let that one sit for a minute. That's gotta percolate. And the reason I say that is because, first of all, thank you, I guess. Like, I'm always like, well, I guess I'll just suck my own dick then. How does that, like, are you kidding me? And so I'm from Minnesota. It is the land of passive aggressiveness. Oh, bless your soul. How passive aggressive are you? I'm so petty. No, it's fine. Fine. Oh, no. I'm learning. I forgot where I was going with that because immediately I was like, oh, I'm in it now. Like, I don't know where I went. My brain was like, oh, now we're angry because we're from Minnesota. It's very scary time. This passive aggressive, like these backhanded compliments are another real big thing, right? A backhanded compliment. I had a woman tell me once, Justine, you're really funny, but that other girl was so much funnier than you. And I went, well, that's why I made her the headline, and again, I guess I'll just go suck my own dick. Well, why would you say that? You can actually, here's the thing people don't know, you can actually compliment someone without putting someone else down. It's crazy how that works. So weird, so weird. Now, but here's my favorite. Here is my favorite one, and I saved it for the end. I used to do some work for a gentleman. I used to do some work for a guy. And those of you who know me knew I was very sick for a long time, and I've lost about 40 pounds of of weight, but also like illness. My health was really fucking bad. And so I lost like 40 pounds. So thank you. His response to me was, wow, how much weight have you lost? I said, oh, about 40 pounds. He goes, yeah. He goes, I was looking through pictures of you before, and you used to be a real hottie. What? But here's the thing. I don't care. Like, his opinion doesn't matter to me. Not at all. Like, okay, I still won't fuck you. Like, I wouldn't have fucked you then. So, like, it's fine. It's crazy. And so I decided, I wrote a little song today, and this is what I'm going to end with. And it's about where I am at in my life. I didn't write the song. I totally jacked it. Very Elsa from, what's that movie? Frozen, like my heart. All right. Let it go, I don't give a shit anymore. 'Cause here I stand, suck my dick, let the storm rage on. Your opinion never bothered me anyway. Thank you. That turned out better than I thought it would. Why is she still bowing? All right.